yeah, managed to make a decent, well, a good decision in the series. He was have a look to see if they've gone down or up, and maybe it'll be a good time for you guys to buy them as well. I buy them for this price because I think, damn, they're really cheap and they could go higher. Might be a smart time to sell Ben, especially with like I said, Berkey probably being back. Although he has done well for us and he definitely was worth all the money we paid for him. Financially, it would be a better option for me just to buy him rather than trade with Santonio, because you know the boy Santonio does like to get some cheeky deals. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Almiron's Army. In the episode today, we're going to be looking at how we got on this weekend, and we're also going to be having a look to see, did our double Daniel investment pay off? And of course, we'll be building our lineups going into this weekend. Hope you guys do enjoy. Obviously, show me by leaving a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into the episode for today. So as you can see, Almiron did score himself 44 points this game week, and yeah, not the most insane from him, but I do want to talk you guys over the squads and how they got on over this weekend. So looking at the first team this week, we can see that Ben Lund actually managed to make a penalty save, which is fantastic, and of course a decisive action, which adds to the series. Of course, we get an extra pound for every decisive. Tolo manages to get a last man tackle and had a pretty poor game, to be honest, but been saved by the decisive. Speaking of poor games and saved by decisive, Philip, well, not that he played bad, he actually played good, but the team, as you can see, got lost 7-2, but fortunately he did get a goal and was definitely the best performer on his side, so I can't really complain. And then, yeah, Tillman didn't really do much, and neither did Almiron. So, a little bit of a, what's the right word, like a happy because we got 10 essence, but also if Almiron managed to get a better score, then we would have flown higher in the, you know, we probably would have earned a cash reward, which is lovely, but unfortunately was not to be this game week. Now, I have added the 10 essence, as you can see here. We are on 71, so we only need 9 more essence to get another craft, and I am going to add the £3 that we did get from the free decisive actions. So now we have a total budget of £3 to play with, which is nice. A little bit of leeway, a little bit of room. And then moving on to our second team then. You can see here, honestly, not really too much to talk about. No one really done anything. So yeah. And then of course the last team, we knew Bruno Wilson was going to DMP, so again, not expecting much. Now, the one thing I will add to this is that obviously the main question for this episode would be, was the in-season Daniel worth it? Obviously, if you guys saw the last episode, we left off by pretty much giving the club or giving the series everything to Daniel and that investment. And I'm going to find out now. It's kind of scary if the investment was worth it, because of course, as you guys saw, we pretty much paid about £8 for both of our Daniels. If he is still that sort of price, even though he played obviously in the last episode, I pretty much said I don't think he's going to play this game, the game that he played. I didn't think he was going to play, but I was hoping he'd be back next week, which is why I was saying, oh, this price is just too good to leave. Hopefully, because he played, he has gone back up to normal price. There we go. So we did actually manage to make a decent, well, a good decision in the series. He was pretty much half this price last week, and you guys saw that in the last episode, and we picked up 2. So we jumped on our opportunity. Of course, this is a budget series, so we have to really pounce on them opportunities when they do occur. And we managed to pick up 2 in-season keepers for what looks like a fantastic price, now looking back on it, which is a brilliant thing, hindsight, isn't it? Now, I will say as well, before we just quickly move on to the strategy and what I'm thinking about leading up to the week, is that I have, well, obviously nothing has changed with the roster. I have added I've added it to the wrong game week, so I need to move all of them up. But I have added, obviously, the teams to the spreadsheet, as you can see there. And our star of this week is Mr. Ben Lund, because of course he saved a penalty. But honourable mention to Zinc, who I believe he scored one. I think he scored one less than Ben, so very unfortunate for him not to make it onto the the star of the week Hall of Fame, if you like. But yeah, Ben has made it in. So moving forward, then, what's my thoughts? Obviously, this is my very early in the week. This is my preliminary thoughts going into next week. And first of all, I have bid, as you can see at the bottom here, I have bid on another Almiron in an attempt to get another in-season attacker, or another in-season Almiron, and obviously this is our marquee player, so it doesn't affect the budget. I'm trying to get him as cheap as possible. If I don't get him for this price, that's completely fine. We'll just, keep trying to get him cheap so we can have another one in the series. And my second bid, as you can see down the bottom here, I attempted to start bidding on this David Da Costa because I think he might be the next step to improve our midfield. If you have a little look in our roster here, you can see that I think midfielders is pretty much the next position we need to improve. And of course, we still don't forget we still do need to sell our two classic Daniels. So, sort of my preliminary thoughts going into this week is: can we sell both our Daniels in this episode? I hope so. And can we perhaps bring in? Well, maybe we can bring in another Almiron. That would be cool. And can we move anything with our small budget? Like I said, of course, we've got two Daniels, which hopefully is going to bring us in anywhere between £3 to £4 or whatever. And of course, our budget is £3 now. So, yeah, the idea and the plan moving forward, not just this episode, is to attempt to get 3 in-season lineups that will all go for the hot streak. We'll see how that gets on, and yeah, we'll see how our week pans out. Obviously, you guys will see in the video, which we're going to be cutting to next, if I do manage to pick up someone like David Da Costa, and if my Daniels do manage to sell this week. Are you looking to become a Sorare manager? If so, I would really appreciate if you use the link down below in the description to sign up, because you'll be helping out a small creator like myself. And also, the benefit that you guys get from that is if you buy 5 cards from the auction house or the instant buy market, then you'll receive £50 in-game credits. So we are in the midweek now, and I have been scouting for Almiron's army. However, I don't think I've really found the right pick, if that makes sense yet. So of course we have listed our goalkeepers, as I've sort of said before, and none of them are really yet to sell, so it's kind of hard for me to move or play around with the budget. But here are some of the players that I picked out that I think are a good price right now. Obviously, if you guys are watching this, you can sort of have a look to see if they've gone down or up, and maybe it'll be a good time for you guys to buy them as well. But yeah, I think I'll load up on Sorare as well, so you guys can sort of get a good context of I guess their price right now. But I think Zinc is very fairly priced. Of course, we already have one in the series, but I'm thinking, I mean, at this price, I'd be more than happy to have another one in the series. But yeah, very cheap for him right now. So yeah, if you're looking into getting a new forward, I think this would be a good pickup. I don't know though, because well, my problem is I'm sort of thinking we probably need another forward at some point. And none are really like sticking out to me other than him. So yeah, I think he's definitely one we could potentially look at, maybe picking up a double Zinc in the series. Another one who is looking very good is Da Costa. I think I've spoke about him previously on the series, but I just think he's a great little player. Unfortunately, he did score on the weekend, so his price is still pretty high at the moment. And I don't like the idea of having a someone that's going to run out of European utility. Of course, we're trying to get rid of our Almirons at the minute for the same reason. Well, not get rid, but get the new version of Almiron if you like. So yeah, his current like Portland card is obviously too expensive, and that's probably the one I would want to get. So we're not going for him. Another one that's interesting is Hartel, and he just scores fantastic, but I think he's been out recently due to I think his wife gave birth or something like that, and I think he's just missed a few games and things like that, or just becoming a dad or whatever. Could be wrong there, but I think that's what I heard about. And pretty much since that has happened, he's kind of like not been playing that well. Well, I say that not as good as he was scoring, should we say? Which leads me to believe his price is actually really low at the minute, at about £8 ish. Again, a little bit out of our price range for Almiron Army, but saying that, if we have £3 now, if our goalkeepers all sold for a decent price or whatever, then we wouldn't be that far away from a player like Hartel, which is quite surprising because he is like a star level player. So another one to keep your eyes out on. You can see from the price graph, he's just going down, down, down. So yeah, an interesting one to keep our eye out for. And then the last one is Sivchenko, and of course he's not had the most like insane start to the season, so his price is just really flat at the moment. It's the same as like these players are like obviously I've shown you guys like Alston, I bought really cheap, sold him at a good profit. Berhalter, Anthony, Tolo at the minute as well. Like I buy them for this price because I think, damn, they're really cheap and they could go higher. And I think Sivchenko is another one of them at £2.58, which we literally have in the budget right now, is so tempting. Especially because we only have 3 fit defenders at the moment because Bruno Wilson's out. So Sivchenko might be the man that we add to the gallery. But yeah, just to sort of I guess show you guys the point. Is yeah, so obviously don't get me wrong, some of these are like bad purchases, but we've had a couple of good ones. Even Shapi, I'll be interested to see his price at the moment. What is he at? Again, £6. We paid £3 ish. Yeah, well, Dorsey and £2, so we definitely have like made a good deal there. Tolo as well. I feel like we didn't pay too much for him. Yeah, I mean, wow, he's actually I find that wow, that was a reward actually that we got. Damn, he's actually up right now. Fair play. But at the time that reward was like literally like 50p. So we did pay. Well, now we've already paid about £4 for him, but you can see he's about £5 or £6 now. So yeah, I feel like and obviously we know what happened with Daniel and things like that. Maybe Hollingshed is probably cheaper than that right now, which is again this is just another guy yeah, I mean to me I just like feels like a good purchase. Same with Sivchenko, just feels like a good purchase. So it's interesting things to think about here in the midweek, but as it stands, I'm definitely leaning towards maybe a Sivchenko purchase. What I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to build the squads and then sort of decide, all right, what we really missing here. Do we need another defender? Because I feel like we probably need a more like another attacker more than that. But yeah, we're gonna flesh out or sort of line up the squads and then see what we need. Ben Lund has been sold for £1.90, and the reason for this is because I believe Berkey is back soon, and I don't really think he has much place in the squads this weekend, considering the amount of Daniels we have, and his fixture is way more favourable. I feel like might be a smart time to sell Ben, especially with, like I said, Berkey probably being back. Although he has done well for us, and he definitely was worth all the money we paid for him in decisives alone. But yeah, I feel like now was probably a good time to get him gone. Especially, like I said, we are trying to get rid of classic pieces. So yeah, we'll add £1.90 to our budget, and yeah, you can see I added another Almiron to the spreadsheet because we did pick one up for the series. And yeah, we'll remove our Ben. So now we have about 400 Daniels, seeing as they're not selling. And we have £4.90 to work with. Our channel has finally become a partner with YouTube, and that means that you boys can become a member on the channel. How you would do that is by clicking the join button down below, and you can see all the exclusive perks to becoming a member on this channel. Not only that, but you would be massively helping and supporting a small creator in myself, making more videos like this one for you guys to enjoy. So I would really appreciate if you did join our membership down below. Thank you. Let's get on with the video. That's right, guys, we decided to go ahead and pick up the man Eric Sivichenko. Of course, I was looking at him in the clip you just saw and I was debating it, but then I thought this deal with Santonio makes total sense. So what I did is I traded one of our Daniels. Of course, we had a lot of them, so I thought it would just be a good idea to potentially get off of one of them and get in a different player that we kind of need at the moment. And we did give Santonio 94p as well. So we got rid of, if we bring over to the spreadsheet here, we got rid of this Daniel, so I will delete him. And because obviously we had 4 Daniels, so we definitely had 1 Daniel spare to get rid of. And we picked up this in-season Eric Sivichenko, as you can see here, and we did spend 94p of the budget, so we will remove that. I did kind of have a choice. I was like, I could, because obviously it makes more sense, like financially it would be a better option for me just to buy him rather than trade with Santonio, because you know the boy Santonio does like to get some cheeky deals. But I just thought we could do with the, we could do with the budget not being spent too much, and of course we had Daniel spare. So yeah, I thought it made the most sense. I have been doing some research or digging deeper into the San Jose situation, and Bruno looks like he's out for a little bit, which is unfortunate. And Vitor Costa looks to have lost his position to Dwayne Jones. And Santonio, this deal was not good enough for me because, of course, I would have to give away my Vitor Costa, which he's probably going to lose his position to Dwayne Jones, but he's 40p anyways, so it's like, I mean, it is what it is. And yeah, £2, not worth it considering Dwayne Jones's San Jose card is currently 169, so Santonio's missing the trick a little bit there, because obviously I'd rather have the San Jose card anyway, because I obviously have already got 2% or so on it. With that being said, I mean, that pretty much leaves me with a choice. It's either like get Jones now. So my choice is either this. I could get Jones now, potentially before he goes up in value, because obviously he's going to start to play more for San Jose, or I could just not like save the money, and then buy someone, like, because I don't really want to buy another defender, but then I might need one, so I'm not too sure. But I'm thinking I like the idea of having another forward, so yeah, I think I'm going to save this decision for next week, because I'm not too like certain I should be buying Dwayne Jones, especially if he's not like 100% nailed. I'm pretty sure he will play, but yeah, we'll see over the weekend, and we don't have that much money to waste either, so I don't think we're going to do that. With that being said, I am actually going to go ahead and build the lineups with you guys now for the weekend. So what we are looking like is MLS. We have 3 in-season teams now, of course, same as the last episode. And we have 2 of them that will be going for streaks, I believe. So we're going to start off with the first team. Is this? Oh no, sorry. Division 1 team, of course, our B team. We're going to have Daniel with the best percentage, which I think is this one. I think they're both the same, to be fair. And then we're going to have, I think it was Hollingshed. Let me just double check. Here we go. So you can see the teams here. Hollingshed, Tillman, Almiron, and Shappy. Am I happy with that? Maybe Tolo instead of Shappy? That's a tricky decision, isn't it? Because Shappy's not been scoring insanely. I wonder how nailed Shappy is to be playing. Should we have a quick check? Oh, it's not announced. Do you know what? I actually reckon it'd be better to put Tolo in the in the team here rather than Shappy, so we're going to do that. Hey, let's see if that decision comes back to haunt me. Obviously, you guys will probably be able to tell by the time this video is out if that was a good decision or not, but we'll see. And then we round off the squad with a Hollingshed. So that's our first team, obviously heavily reliant on LA doing well, and of course Almiron as always. And then our second team is Daniel Sivachenko, the new man. Oh, I don't think that's our one, is it? We have two in the gallery, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that one's fine. And then, which Almiron have we got? The Newcastle Almiron. Then we got Zinc and Angulu. Or, oh wait, we've got Shappy. Wait, where am I going? Oh, right, yeah, because Tolo. Then that means Siva would have to be in this one. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? Alright, let's go back. That makes sense now. I was thinking, why didn't I use Tolo in that one? Makes so much sense now, doesn't it? So let's get rid of them. Oh, what's going on there? Hollingshed, there we go. Turn that off. So let's go Shappy. So I was right the first time. I was wondering why I didn't put Tolo in that team, and that's because it makes more sense to do it, because then we have two good teams there, both going for the street. Oh, not Almiron. If only we could use him twice, eh? Zinc, and the last man is Angulu, Captain Almiron. So we've got two teams going for the streak. Hopefully, this is like our first kind of times, or my first sort of experience going for streaks. So hopefully one of them can get it. And then the last team is just the rest. I don't even think that Costa is going to play. So yeah, Arthur, and also the fixture isn't great. So we will see. So yeah, we've got that. We have to pray that Almiron scores 100 and Costa comes off the bench and LA do well against LAFC, but is in Division 3, so we'll take whatever we can. And yeah, that is how we're lining up for the weekend. I don't think we have any spare cards to do. Oh, we have Berkey actually, or Bruno Wilson, which we can use to put in a warm-up. So we'll just use Berkey because obviously Goalkeeper. Oh, he actually has 40%, so there's a small chance he could actually do something in the warm-up here. And we'll just put the big hitters in here. I'll probably end up changing this warm-up closer to deadline, but I'll just put in one for now. And then we will probably end up changing it anyway. But obviously I'll update you guys in the next video as to what we change it to, if we do change it. But yeah, let's go with that, and maybe Evander. They're just big hitters. They're all great players, aren't they? So we'll see how they do. But yeah, that is pretty much the lineups going into the weekend. And of course, if anything changes, then you guys will hear about it in the next episode. But yeah, this is our teams. Very strong first team, very strong second team. So hopefully one of them does well and hits the streak. That's the plan. And then the third team is just whatever we had left, as you guys can see. I'll click into it because obviously my webcam's probably blocking it. But yeah, there we go, guys. There is the teams built for the weekend. So that is all we have time for in the MLS this week. Let me know what you guys think about some of my decision makings. You know, do you think I should get Jones? I guess that's sort of the debate of this episode. Of course, the Daniel purchases were very successful. We managed to get the in-season one whilst he was rumoured to be injured, and of course we managed to get rid of one today, but it was for another piece that I think might do well in the future. And of course I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, saying that we still do have 3 Daniels, and they're all competing for us this weekend, so pray for a San Jose clean sheet for me, otherwise yeah, could not end the best in the next episode. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously come back to the channel, I guess, next week to find out how we did. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video today, please remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you guys in a future video. Peace.